What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's your boy Noname back at it again with another New York Giants video. And first things first, before I get into it, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everybody, whether you're my subscriber or you're just a viewer that tunes in every now and then. A huge thank you to everybody because you guys met my very vague goal of making the mock draft video a success. Currently, it is by far the most successful video on my channel. It's only been a little over 2 days, 2 days and a couple hours, and it currently has 2,226 views with 79 likes and 64 comments. And I just gotta say, for a small channel like me, it is absolutely amazing that this video has as much success as it does. Most of the comments are really positive, really agreeing with me, and even the ones that don't agree with me, they're still positive. They're just exactly what I asked for, constructive criticism and even suggestions as to players I should look into or players I should consider other than the ones in the video. I'd just like to say a huge thank you to all of you, and you guys helped me achieve a small milestone of hitting 500 subscribers. I mean, the past month or two for my YouTube channel, it's seen a lot of growth. Once again, it's still very small compared to others, but it's seen a lot of growth, and I'd just like to say thank you to all of you. It means a lot. And one thing I just have to ask you is, I'm gonna put a poll up. Do you guys want to see in my next mock draft video, which is now gonna be up by Sunday hopefully, do you want to see me trade down to the Chargers or to the Dolphins? I'll put the poll up and let me know. Now into today's video, which might be a short one, I don't know how long it goes. Giants tight end Rhett Ellison announces his retirement, and this is kind of bittersweet because I think it's been 2 or 3 weeks now since the first reports came out that Rhett Ellison was considering retirement, and the Giants tight end core in general has just sort of slowly shifted to becoming a question mark, with Evan Ingram, myself not wanting to re-sign him, and a lot of Giants fans and even the front office and the organization realizing that he's becoming a liability. Reports coming out that they may trade him now or before the end of the regular season, whatever the case is. Currently, Evan Ingram is not in the far future for the Giants, definitely in the near future, but he could be gone as soon as tomorrow. And then the reports 2 or 3 weeks ago came out that Rhett Ellison was considering retirement. The only other tight end we had in our squad was Caden Smith, as the Giants let Scott Simonson go. So as of right now, as we stand, we have Evan Ingram and Caden Smith, but the Giants are definitely going to be looking at somebody in the mid to later rounds to come in as a tight end, because like I said, I don't expect us to keep Evan Ingram. And really quickly on Rhett Ellison, if you guys have watched my channel for a while, it doesn't have to be that long, just a month or two, back when I did the free agency videos on who we might cut, who we might sign, all that positions we might tackle. When I talked about tight end, I always said Rhett Ellison was a very underrated player on the New York Giants. He's our blocking tight end, yes, at times our fullback, and he's great at blocking. Very good at blocking. Maybe I'm overrating him a little bit because of my Giants bias, but I'll say that he's a really good blocking tight end, and he's served his position well at the Giants. Yes, he was definitely overpaid, but that wasn't his fault. That's more so on Gettleman's side of things. But Rhett Ellison was also a very underrated pass catcher. I keep thinking back to the 2018 season when Ingram went down, and Eli would always get the ball to Ellison, and he will always make plays. Even in the 2019 season before he went down, anytime the balls were in Ellison's hand, first of all, he had very sure hands, better hands than I think people realized. He almost always came down with the ball, and he almost always made forward progress. He was a better receiver than people gave him credit for, and I always liked that about him. He had, a little bit of hidden versatility that not a lot of us realized, and I thought that we could use that going forward if we could restructure his contract somewhat. I would have loved to have a duo of Rhett Ellison and Caden Smith for the right price. And I always thought, like I said, Ellison was always, whether you guys like it or not, for the 2018 season, he was our #1 tight end because Ingram was out. You know what I mean? 2017, sure he wasn't. Ingram was actually healthy. And 2019, had Ellison not gone down with what eventually ended his career, I'm sure he would have been the #1 tight end again. And, fortunately, we got to see a sort of hidden gem in Caden Smith. But speaking on what ended his career, I mean, this is what makes the video bittersweet. He went out because of concussions. And this is not the way you want to see somebody end their career, you know what I'm saying? It really came after he suffered a concussion. He missed the last 6 games. He only finished the season with 18 catches, a little over 150 yards. I mean, the concussions in general in football have been, a plague amongst the sport forever. And just this past year with the Giants, it's been really, really hitting us. I mean, in Ellison, in Sterling Shepard, in other wide receivers in the offseason before the season began. Like almost everywhere you go in the Giants squad, somebody has a concussion. And I won't lie to you, it does make me think towards Sterling Shepard, who a couple months ago, he was contemplating retirement. His family was urging him to retire because he suffered arguably a worse fate than Ellison. He suffered 2 concussions within the span of like a month or something like that, like less than a month. And he was out for about, 4 or 5 weeks also, but he came back, which I thought was a mistake. And, there was reports that came out after Shepard returned that the Giants medical staff, they made a mistake. That's why Shepard's family wanted him to retire, because they believed the medical staff wasn't handling it correctly, and those reports came out. Sterling Shepard may very well retire this offseason too. Who knows? I mean, it might seem a bit drastic, guys, but concussions are very serious, and I as a fan, would prefer if we put the lives of these players ahead of the team right now, as we have to think about them. These are human beings out there, and this is not the way your career is supposed to end. And Ellison, he wasn't a top guy or anything, but he was supposed to have, a good length, fulfilling career, and he was robbed of that because of concussions and, quite frankly, not quite serious safety precautions in the NFL. I mean, they try and they claim to try to make the game more safe. You see all these commercials with Amazon Web Services and all the new medical equipment and staff on TV all the time that the NFL puts out, but then you continue to have a high concussion rate, you continue to have a high injury rate, you continue to have players ending their careers earlier and earlier. Andrew Luck comes to mind, guys like that. Cam Newton might end his career early because of all the injuries, he comes to mind. And then with all that, with all the propaganda, I guess you could call it, that the NFL is spewing, they still go out and now they want to add an extra 17th game and maybe even an extra playoff game. And it just really tells you, if you as a viewer just look at it from an objective standpoint, that the NFL doesn't care about the safety of their players if they're going to add extra games. Extra games just means more chance of injury, just means more chance of concussions, more chance of career-threatening, life-threatening situations. And when you look at things like this, like a Rhett Ellison, and like I said, he's not even a star, he's not even a big player for Giants, but he is a player, he is a human being. You see these things happen. It makes you wonder when the NFL is going to take some things a little bit more seriously. And, I'm kind of sorry if you guys, tuned in and you didn't really expect this kind of rant from me, but that's really my feelings on the situation. I definitely think that the NFL, and a lot of people do too, they definitely need to actually have some serious precautions when it comes to injury and concussion prevention, and it's not easy. I'm not even a medical expert. I can't begin to suggest what they could do, but something needs to be done. And then on the Giants side of things, switching back to football real quick after we just discussed a little bit of life, this is definitely a sign that the Giants are going to target tight ends, whether it's in free agency or the draft. If it's in the draft, I still think it's going to be the mid to late rounds, maybe in the 7th round like my mock draft said it would, maybe earlier. It could be they signed like a nice role player that could, block and catch like Ellison could in free agency. Whatever the case is, I definitely think they're going to sign somebody else or get another tight end in there in the tight end room. Let me know what you guys think. Put your comments down below. Like I said, once again, thank you for helping me hit 500 subscribers. It truly means a lot. It's a milestone that I didn't think I would hit this early. I'm only a year into the YouTube career, and it's a really great feeling, and thank you for making the mock draft video as successful as it is. Don't forget to vote on the next one, which trade you want to see, and let me know your thoughts on the Ellison situation, the Ellison retirement. I'm out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Put your comments down below. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Until next time, I'm out.